Hey guys. Okay, made sure the sound was on. I hope everyone's doing well. We've had kind of a crazy week since the last week when I did my live. Um, of course, Hurricane Helene. Um, she came up. Her eye was like parallel to us, but not on top of us. So we just got some outer bands. Um, there's parts of, in Tampa, like the Tampa area, St. Pete, Treasure Island, just terrible things have happened there. And fortunately for us, we didn't have, some shingles fell off some roofs in our neighborhood and stuff like that. So a couple trees down, but nothing major. The wind was, we have a weather station that I got my husband. The winds, I guess it was Thursday or Friday, started Thursday night, I think, where the winds were like 20, 30 miles per hour, and we had a couple gusts up to 50, so, not terrible. And then, of course, when she made landfall near Tallahassee and then went up to Georgia, North Carolina, which I love North Carolina, Asheville. If I could live anywhere, that's where I would live. We went on a trip there 2 Christmases ago, right after Christmas, with all our kids, and went up there, Biltmore State. I love it up there. So, prayers for everybody up there. It's just terrible. We're really fortunate here. Our area is kind of new, so all our power lines are underground, which is really nice. Where we lived before here on the East Coast, none of the power lines are underground. So every time there was hurricane, tropical storm, tropical depression, whatever, when it came through, we would always lose power. So we never even lost power here. We had to go and pick up our middle son, who goes to college in Tampa, and they were evacuated. So we had to go pick him up. He's a freshman. He can't have a car. And so we went there. We had lunch because it was my husband's birthday last Wednesday. Had lunch and then came home. So we had all our kids home. Like I said, my middle son, they were evacuated and they lost power. So he was glad to be home. And my older son was home, and of course my youngest, he still lives here. But they all had friends over, and it was, just a little windy, some rain, with dogs. It's like, I don't, I do a workout every day, and then but I don't take a shower because I have dogs, and you have to walk the dogs, all day long. And in September in Florida, it's awful. And so when there's a hurricane, it's really awful because there's rain. We do have a backyard. We have a pool and the pool cage and everything. It takes up most of our backyard, but our house is on a really big pond, so we never walk the dogs back there because Florida, if there's fresh water, you're going to have alligators, and we have alligators. I even have a picture to show you because I wanted to show you why we don't walk our dogs in the backyard. All right, here we go. Look at him. Or her, who knows. But that's the kind of gators we have around here. Now, they're not all that big. I mean, we've had baby ones. So if you see a baby one, they're really cute, but you don't want to be around them because their mom is somewhere. But that's why we don't walk the dogs in the back, because where there's water, there's alligators. Unless it's the ocean, then you're going to have sharks. So that's why we don't walk the dogs in the backyard. So when there's a hurricane or anything, it's put on the rain jacket, put on the boots. It's quite the thing. Okay, so last week's live, I don't know what happened, but my video it still won't show. I don't know what happened. When I go into it, it says it's 93 hours long, which it was less than an hour long. But it's like, I don't know. So, I want to do the advent calendar. It's been sitting there for weeks, but I decided, I'm going to just do another card this week, because in case that happens again, I do not want to have where it is a big project like that and then the video is gone, because obviously what I do is I do these videos, and then after it's done I download it and then I put it on YouTube. So I don't want to lose a video making the advent calendar. Okay, so we're going to do this cute little card. I decided, I did this last night, like, and yeah, I mean, all of a sudden I'm like, because I was going to just cancel the live because I've just been so frustrated since last week's, but so I was going to just do, and then I was like, oh, I have an idea. And I use tons of products that are not for Halloween cards necessarily, but they can be used for Halloween cards. This card won't take us very long, but I used Humble Home, Under the Moon, and the Frosted Forest, which is really pretty. It's an online. I'll show all the stuff to you. So, okay, let's get started. All right, move this out of the way. All right, my mouse out of the way. Oh, I got a cord right here. Oh gosh. Wow, just about crashed everything. Oh, okay. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, well, here, I'll show you what we're doing here. Here's the Humble Home, this is so cute, and I still haven't done anything else except this card with it. It has a punch, so we're doing that for that. Obviously, Under the Moon, we're using the moon, and we're die cutting it. And then the Frosted Forest. This is a really pretty stamp set and dies, and it's got stencils. They call them masks, but they're really like stencils. And I have tons of ideas to use that, but it's an online product. But that's where we get the trees from. Okay, so just gonna push that over here. All right, I got all my paper here. Let's see. All right, this is obviously basic white. It's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and we're gonna color the background. I had another video that was similar to this a long time ago. This one right here. We don't have any witches this year. Isn't that? I'm like, where's the witches? So that's one that I did several years ago. You can find that one on YouTube. Okay, my phone is falling. Okay, let's see. All right. We're doing tons of colors here. We've got, for the background, we've got Crushed Curry, Grainy Apple Green, Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo, and Night of Navy. And then we're using all these for the other stuff, but we're going to do the background first. I had done the background without the glycerin, and then I did it on the other side, which you can't see because I've already glued it down, and I just like this better, so we're doing the glycerin. Okay. Got my blocks here. My dogs were sleeping right until I was ready to start this video. So you could probably hear him, my dachshund. I gave him a bully stick, so he's going to town on that. And then this one, Gorgeous Grape. All right. And then we'll do Night of Navy last. All right. And I just have the blending brushes that I use just for this, for the glycerin. All right, we're going to start with Crushed Curry. And it's going to look different every time when you use stuff like this. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of clean that off and then go to the Granny Apple Green. Yeah, you can hear him. He's chewing on his bully stick. That'll keep him busy, hopefully, through this video. All right, so here's our gorgeous grape. And then Melon Mambo. Melon Mambo is the ones that's, you're still going to see some of it if you, a gorgeous grape and Melon Mambo. All right, so there we go. All right, which one am I cleaning off? Let's see. I'm telling you, if you have a dachshund, you probably know, but oh, they're a lot of work. I mean, he's good. He's 2 years old now, so he's, oh my God, he's better than he was when he was a puppy. But they're a lot of work. Every toy I get him, he chews on it until, I mean, he works on it until the squeaker is gone, which of course you have to take away from them. I mean, he destroys them. I mean, it's so fast. It's quite a bit of work. Okay, so now Night and Navy. Fingerprints in it. All right, so looks a little different. I'm going to go back over it, make it a little darker. All right, so there's our backgrounds, and we're just going to let that dry, and we're going to start stamping all our other stuff. I usually take these, and my kitchen is right next to me, and I just take it to the kitchen and wash them off, but I don't want to, I'm getting it all over me. I don't want to have to do that right now, but I don't want these sitting around with ink on them and, you know, possibly messing something up. Okay, so you got it all over me. It comes off. All right, so it's still a little wet, so we're just going to set it right there. Okay. He's going to town. My goodness. Okay, so I got just a piece of white here, and here we go. We got our moon. We got our house. Ooh. Our roof and doors and windows. We're going to start with our moon. I think I over inked my Daffodil Delight. That's what I'm using for the moon. It's a little too much, so I just stamp off before I stamp it. Now you can, like I did with this one, is I stamped it and then I used, you know, the, oh shoot, what is it called? I got it right here. Let's see. Masking, yeah, the masking paper. I've got, you could stamp it directly on here before you start coloring, and then die cut the masking paper and put it on top of that. But like I said, I did that on the other side, and then I was like, well, oh, they're gonna crash. I die cut it. It just made it a little easier. So I just used the Stylish Shapes. None of them are like the perfect size, but that one is pretty close. It's gonna cut it. It's gonna not cut the whole thing out, but that works anyway. So. All right. Let's move everything out of the way. Since I have this up here, I'm just going to go ahead and die cut the trees too. So there's our moon. Okay, Stylish Shapes. Any dies that Stampin' Up! Has that is all shapes like that, I buy all of them. And I even have some that they don't carry anymore, but and punches, like, circle punches. I have all the circle punches. All right, so here's the trees that we're going to use. This Frosted Forest. I just went through my stuff because I had first put the moon up and I was like, what could be down there? And that just came out so perfect. So we're just using basic black. This is the same size as our background. It's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, or well, it's 5 3/8. That's all you care about. So I'm just going to put it on here. And where's oh, here it is. Hi, Maggie. My other dog is looking at me like, woman, I need to go out. I know she does, but she can wait. All right, so this is what it does. It's like, it just cuts it like that. It doesn't completely cut everything out. So what I'm going to do is just get my scissors, put this aside because we're done. We're done with the die cut machine. So, okay. Here's my scissors. All right. So it's not exactly, the die is not exactly 5 3/8 long. It's almost there, but so all I do is I just, let's see. Okay. So there's our trees. It's going to be fun gluing those down. It's not too bad. All right, so we got our trees and our moon. Now, our giant house. Oh my gosh. Okay. Our house. Now I used obviously Memento with it, and if you see it, I just inked it up and I didn't try and get all of it to show on all of it. If you see what I mean, like it's a little faded there, a little tiny little bit fading there, and a little bit of fading there. I wanted it to look like that. I didn't want it to be solid black. So if you see, it's got some missing in there. All right, where's my punch? It's behind me. I like it like that. I think that makes it look Halloweenish. All right. I'm doing it 3 times. Let's go ahead and cut this out because it's got a little heart on the side, so it's going to cut out some of the paper. We're cutting these too because you want them to lay on top of each other. All right. I'm cutting it so that it's like there's not even a border on the bottom because they're laying on top of each other. So, I mean, one of them will be on the bottom, so I'll... Okay. Oh, shrapnel everywhere. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. He goes to town. He gets so happy when I get him a bully stick. Oh, boy likes to chew on stuff. Okay, so here's our 3 houses. Now what I do for the roof, this is my pumpkin pie. Just pick whichever one you want on the top. This one that has the border on the bottom, he's gonna be on the bottom. This, it's not gonna be perfect, but this is supposed to be like a Halloween card. So there's our roof. Oh my gosh, I should not have given him that. I'm sorry. I wish I could just take my phone off this thing so I could show you what he looks like when he does it, because oh my gosh. He goes to town. All right, so there's our top. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the roofs on the other ones because it goes over the top of those and you don't need the roof since it's all part of one house. And you don't need to worry about how perfect it is because that pointy part is going to be covered up. See? Like that. All right, so now we're gonna, before we start assembling them, I did this opposite. I had already assembled them and then I started adding the windows and door. All right, here's my Versamark. All right, what I'm gonna do is on the bottom one, whichever one that is, you're gonna do the doors, the door and the windows. So we'll say it's this one. Am I doing it the right way? Maybe this way? Okay. So I'm going to do the door and the windows on this one. And I'm doing it Versamark, and I'm just going to emboss with silver embossing powder. Clean it off because I'm not using the door on the other ones. So it was this one, right? I think it is. Well, let's see. They're so tiny that... Yeah. See, there they are, right there. And I didn't use my embossing buddy because, again, this is like a Halloween card, so if there's a little bit of silver everywhere, that's okay. So I just take it and ink up the window. There is a pretty big space in between the door and the window, so that's good. Okay. There still might be some ink on the... Oh, looks good. Okay. And then same thing for this one. Just... Okay. All right, and they don't show up. I mean, you can kind of see them on there. I guess you could emboss them with white. That might show up a little better, but I just didn't want it to be like something so perfect because it is a Halloween card. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, and then our last one with the door. Oh, that should look pretty good on that one. I guess on the other one it was just a little darker, but okay. So, oh, now he's thirsty. All right. There's that little pointy thing on there. He's thirsty. It's like I'm putting on a show. All right. When I originally made the card, before I put it all together, I just had one, and I just felt like it just looked a little more Halloween and a little more scary if you stack them on top of each other. And like I said, I'm not even worried about how good they look. You know, like, oh my gosh, I even tested this before. Oh, here it goes. Oh, okay. Just a little on the bottom. Okay. All right. There's our house. Pretty cute. All right. Now this. Oh gosh, I just got ink on my on my blending brush. Or not ink, so no glue. I got glue on there. That's okay. Okay. This one. I have these on my must-haves for crafting. These things are awesome. You can do the littlest, teeniest dots with these. This die would have been better with like adhesive sheets on the back of it, but I didn't. You know, I mean, if I was making like 10 of these, then obviously I would do that. But I typically, like when I'm deciding on a card or something, oh, that's too much. I don't want to use up my adhesive sheets on something that I may not even use. So I typically have a piece of basic white and a piece of basic black that's already on adhesive sheets in my drawer, but the black I used up, I guess because it's Halloween time. It is October. God, I can't believe it. October already. Hey, but all the birthdays in my family are done. I have my middle son is September 8th, my youngest is September 21st, and my husband is September 25th. It's not as bad as when they were, and there's our background. It's not as bad as when they were little kids. Oh my gosh. The parties, bounce houses, you know, a little crazy. Oh, you know what? Before I glue this down, one thing I did do, this is crushed curry, and I just sort of spread it on there just to sort of make the white not really stand out. And let's see, just need a little tiny bit. There we go. It's still lighter, but it's not that stark white. Just a little better. This way. Okay. And now this one. This is going to get adhesive on the card, but that's okay. go. Make that stick down. All right. So we got our house. That's going to go over there. Of course, there is paper now for the potions and spells, which I've used on, well, here's the card we made last week. Sorry, you can't see the video because Facebook, but I used it on that. But this one, I didn't use any of it. I just... Okay. So, we are using some things that are parts of the potions and spells. We're not using any of the paper, but it's the sticker sheet, which is really cool. Let me, hang on, all right, right here. That sticker sheet, and it's kind of frustrating because I can't buy just the sticker sheet. So anytime I want the sticker sheet, I'm going to have to buy the paper, which, I mean, the paper's great and everything. But here it is. There's so many cute things on there. But I'm like, if I make a card with it and then I have a video, I'm not going to have the sticker again. So with some of it. So down here, there is like something wicked, wicked fun, spooky season, and they're all little and narrow, and some are small and some aren't. The beware that I used on that is this sticker, and it said beware, beware, beware. So I just cut one off to put on the house. And then put the other one back. So there was an option there to use the same thing. So beware. And then the little bats. There's no bats either. Bats are very important to Halloween. So here's the bat. And I'm just going to put him like that. Isn't that cute? All right, so I just got Knight and Navy here. Okay. All right. So there you go. There's how you can use products that are not, Halloween products, but you can use them to make Halloween cards. Even if you didn't do the house, if you just had this, like remember the tombstone with the skeletons last year? That would have been perfect, like a tombstone right there, which I don't have that anymore. Those are some of my most popular cards. But so there you go. So pretty easy. It's always going to look a little different. This one's a little darker than this one, but it just gives it a cool sky. It's nighttime, but it's not, pitch black. And so there you go. You could, like with this, you could, or even if you didn't do the house, you could do the cobweb, or you could do so many different things. So those stickers are great. I just wish I could buy them individually. Okay, so pretty easy. I don't even know how long this has been going on. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, look at that. It's only 34 minutes. So if you have any questions, let me clear some of this stuff. On how to do this, if you didn't understand something or whatever, I'm really good about responding. So just it's like I have stuff everywhere. Okay. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you're, if you were hit by that hurricane, my prayers are with you. And I am so sorry. I mean, it's, I'm like I said, I have said I am a Floridian. I've been through lots of hurricanes. Lost power. We've lost trees. But never anything drastic. So I really hope that everything is that you're being helped, and that, and that you have places to go, and that you don't have to deal with this for much longer. So anyway, so I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll see ya.